Okay, we'll go ahead and start. Matt Brown here with Filter Systems. Just a short one this month. Filter Systems is launching the Reservoir Filtration System Adapter. What it is very similar to our sampling adapter. It's going to provide a quick and easy retrofit to a reservoir for your KOS MFD connections. It's going to include a little hockey puck up top and 36-inch drop tubes, 1.25-inch suction, and a 1-inch return. On the hockey puck top, it's going to have a 3/4-inch NPT thread for a breather. It'll be threaded for a size 20 suction and a size 16 return. And once again, the whole idea on this is to allow quick connection for an MFD filtration cart or a KLS and keep the tank sealed. One of the nice benefits about this is with it in place, it's going to seal the tank while you're hooking up the MFD, but it's also going to pretty much ensure that you're going to have to filter the new fluid when you're topping off a tank or changing it. The top of the tank needs a 4.25-inch tank cutout. Fits a standard 6-bowl tank fill opening. Drop tubes are 36 inches, which would be cut to length. You would offset the suction and return and tweak a bend in it, considering the size tank that you have. And we also offer it with an MFD KLD fitting kit. And this is going to include cam groove connections between the cart and the wand and another set that you would actually connect onto this adapter. A lot of markets that we've been into, this will work. Any market that has any type of dirty, dusty environment where you're trying to keep out the contaminants of the tank, this will allow it to be sealed. So this will be paper mill, steel mill, any agriculture equipment, any type of rock quarry, mining, lumber. But another one that we want to really show this to is our power unit builders. They're the ones that are building the whole power unit, the reservoir, build this into the system at the very beginning. What I really want to touch base on is pretty much a lot of the HY-TRAX updates. We've been to numerous trade shows this past couple months. Schroeder and also HY-DAC, we've all brought in the HY-TRAX communications module and the HY-TRAX MFD cart, and it seems that's where most of the interest has been. I was just recently at the Waste Expo, and we had interest on the HY-TRAX MFD retrofit kit. Sold quite a few right at the trade show. And we've also done some updates to the HY-TRAX telematics unit. We've upgraded the server on it. It's much faster. The unit itself now includes cellular communications with worldwide coverage. But we've also added an Ethernet connection to the communications box. At initial startup, the customer can choose either Ethernet or cellular. The communications module also now includes 2 additional 4 to 20 milliamp sensor inputs. These are not programmed in any way for any sensor. So if you have a customer that wants to plug in a level sensor or a vibration sensor, any 4 to 20 milliamp, it will be scaled on that gauge. And then we can just notify our web browser to label it what it is. That'll be done. And then they can put those inputs in. We are in the process of making an expansion module that will hold numerous inputs, up to 20 on that. So we've got a lot of interest in applications where people are wanting a lot more sensors. The archive data is stored for 1 year up on the website, and you can drop that and download it into an Excel file. And the sample readings are uploaded at 5-minute intervals. We're starting to see a pickup in the oil and gas industry and the inquiries for this. We're working with a customer right now that's probably going to be purchasing anywhere from 10 to 15 units. We have a unit out there being trialed. He's going to determine how many inputs he needs on it, and we're actually going to engineer a new box for him to supply 10 or 12 additional inputs for him to monitor his entire system. What we ended up doing with this gentleman is he had a TCM already installed on his system, so he basically just picked up a HY-TRAX communications module, tied it into his TCM, and he found he was losing cell signals, so we had to take a remote antenna for him, and he just plugged it in the box and put it outside his command module. By doing this, all we had to make certain was that the TCM that he had was the most updated version with 4 to 20 milliamp outputs and firmware version 3.0 or higher. The HY-TRAX MFD MFS cart has been really selling quite a bit lately. We've had numerous pre-built carts here in the shop, and we've also sent numerous retrofit kits out in the field, getting a very good response to it. One thing to keep in mind, every time you see this cart, this is an added feature to it. We've got one salesman that as soon as he sees the cart, the first question out of his mouth is, how do you know when to stop kidney looping? And the first answer is, I don't know. We give it 20 or 30 minutes. And boom, he walks out with a PO. So please keep that in mind to any existing carts out in the field. This kit does fit on it. We did sell 10 units in March, April, and it's been very, very receptive at the trade shows. It's kind of interesting. We sold one at a trade show very recently, and they called us up and said how good it worked. Basically, they had a 30-gallon gearbox for their direct drive motors, plugged in an MFD G2187 filter cart with a HY-TRAX system on it so they could do the higher viscosity up to 2500 SUS. As soon as they plugged it in, the ISO codes up at that unit were 24, 23, 21, and in 30 minutes they had it down below their desired ISO code of 15, 13, 11. Good response back from it. Another thing that we really are seeing a lot of success on is our filter systems quick delivery program. That's basically what I have today. Thanks for your time, and everybody have a great weekend.
Whether it's a helpful how-to or a new product release, Schroeder Industries is your place for fluid filtration. Subscribe below.